Greetings to everyone, blessings to all. I, Brother Salisbury Reiki, would like to take this time once again to welcome you to the hour of breakthrough, where miracles happen to those that believe. It is a privilege and a joy to come into your life and into your home week by week with a message that will strengthen, encourage, and challenge you. There are moments in life when movement feels necessary, but obedience requires stillness. There are times when your instinct says run, your emotions say react, and your fear says defend yourself. But God says stand still. Today's message speaks to that tension, the power of standing still while God moves. Now let us dive into the word of the Lord. Exodus 14:13-14 says, And Moses said unto the people, Fear you not, stand still and see the salvation of the Lord, which he will show to you today. For the Egyptians whom you have seen today, you shall see them again no more forever. The Lord shall fight for you, and you shall hold your peace. One more time. Exodus 14:13-14 says, And Moses said unto the people, Fear you not, stand still and see the salvation of the Lord, which he will show to you today. For the Egyptians whom you have seen today, you shall see them again no more forever. The Lord shall fight for you, and you shall hold your peace. Today I would like to speak on this particular subject matter, the power of standing still while God moves. The power of standing still while God moves. Israel is at the Red Sea. Behind them is Pharaoh. Before them is water. Around them is panic. This is not a casual moment. This is a crisis moment. They have just left Egypt. They are newly delivered, but not yet established. Freedom feels fragile. Faith feels thin. Fear feels loud. And in that moment, God does not tell them to fight. God does not tell them to strategize. God does not tell them to negotiate. He tells them to stand still. That is the tension of faith. Sometimes obedience is not movement. Sometimes obedience is restraint. Standing still does not mean doing nothing. It means refusing to interfere with what God is about to do. The Hebrew implication of stand still carries the meaning of positioning oneself, stabilizing oneself, holding oneself's ground without retreating or reacting. Stillness is not inactivity. Stillness is controlled, restraint under divine instruction. Psalms 46:10 says, Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the heathen. I will be exalted in the earth. Stillness is knowing who is in control. 2 Chronicles 20:17 says, You shall not need to fight in this battle. Set yourselves, stand you still, and see the salvation of the Lord with you. The Old Testament says, Stand still and see the salvation. Luke 24:49 says, But tarry you in the city of Jerusalem until you be endued with power from on high. Stillness precedes empowerment. Standing still is not weakness. Standing still is discipline. It is easy to react. It is difficult to restrain yourself. When God says stand still, he is saying do not panic, do not retaliate, do not overcorrect, do not take control, because if you move prematurely, you may interrupt divine strategy. Sometimes the greatest demonstration of faith is not stepping forward, but staying planted. The definition of stillness is discipline, restraint, in obedience to divine timing. It is remaining grounded when pressure demands reaction. It is quiet trust while God executes unseen strategy. I'm going to say that again. The definition of stillness is discipline, restraint, and obedience to divine timing. It is remaining grounded when pressure demands reaction. It is quiet trust while God executes unseen strategy. Isaiah 40:31 says, they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. To be still means to wait patiently on the Lord. Some of you are in Red Sea moments right now, pressure behind you, uncertainty in the front of you, noise around you, and everything in you wants to react. You want to scream, shout, yell, holler at the top of your lungs. But what if this is not the moment to fight? What if this is the moment to watch? The Lord shall fight for you, and you shall hold your peace. God moves best when we stop interfering. Psalms 37:7 says, rest in the Lord and wait patiently for him. Resting requires strength. Let me ask you, have you ever made a move that God never told you to make? Have you ever spoken too soon, reacted too quickly, defended yourself unnecessarily? Have you ever tried to fix something that God was preparing to handle? Sometimes silence is strategy. Sometimes restraint is revelation. Stillness tests ego. Stillness exposes trust. For example, King Jehoshaphat in 2 Chronicles 20. Jehoshaphat faced multiple armies, overwhelmed, outnumbered, threatened. Instead of mobilizing immediately, he called a fast. He prayed. He stood still. This is a man of worship, true worship. God responded, you shall not need to fight in this battle. Stand still. Jehoshaphat positioned singers before soldiers, worship before warfare, stillness before victory, and God ambushed the enemy. Standing still activated supernatural movement. Historical in the life of Rosa Parks. Rosa Parks did not shout. She did not strike. She did not riot. She sat still. That stillness shifted history. Sometimes the most powerful act is refusing to move when pressure demands compliance. There are leaders who understand that every criticism does not deserve a response, every accusation does not deserve a rebuttal, every rumor does not deserve a reaction. Sometimes silence is strength. In leadership, stillness is not passivity, it is control. There are executives who understand that silence in negotiation is leverage. They allow the other party to speak, to reveal weakness, to expose position. Stillness in leadership is controlled authority. Impatience can cost people access. Standing still requires pressure, trust. It still requires trust. So here is the revelation. Standing still positions you to see what movement would have obscured. When Israel stood still, God parted the sea. If they had panicked, they would have drowned. God sometimes creates impossible situations so that his movement cannot be confused with your effort. You are not stuck, you are positioned. You are not inactive, you are being aligned. If God has not spoken yet, it does not mean he is absent. It may mean he is arranging. So aspire to mature faith, faith that does not flinch, faith that does not panic, faith that does not manipulate outcomes. Grow into disciplined faith, faith that does not react emotionally, faith that waits for instructions, faith that trusts unseen movement. Grow into the kind of believer who can hold their peace while heaven rearranges circumstances. Picture this. You standing calm while chaos surrounds you. You refusing to defend yourself because God is your defender. You silent while the sea begins to part. That is power. I heard the word of the Lord and I read the word of the Lord, and he said this. He says, we have the peace that passeth all understanding. Isaiah, here's the prophetic Isaiah 15 says, in quietness and in confidence shall be your strength. Isaiah 30:15, in quietness and in confidence shall be your strength. Your stillness is not weakness. It is strength under control. I have 5 to 7 practical guiding points to leave with you so that you can have breakthrough in peace. But not just breakthrough in peace, but power in standing still. Do not react to pressure, respond to instruction. Separate emotion from obedience. Wait for clarity before moving. Do not let people rush you. Guard your mouth in silent seasons. Strengthen yourself spiritually while waiting. Trust that God moves even when you cannot see it. If you are in a Red Sea moment, stand still. Hold your peace. Trust his movement. Refuse panic. The Old Testament and the New Testament both agree stillness precedes salvation. Do not sabotage divine timing with human anxiety. The Lord shall fight for you. Let him. May God give you strength and restraint, wisdom and silence, confidence and stillness. Until next time, may you recognize when to move and when to stand. Breakthrough is not always forward motion. Sometimes it's quiet faith while God does what only he could do. And remember, stillness is not stagnation. It is preparation. 2 Corinthians 9:15 says, thanks be unto God for his unspeakable gift, which is the power unto God unto salvation. In closing, and remember, your breakthrough is closer than you think. It is a need to pray. It is a step of faith. It is a walk away just for you. Until next time, till we meet again, may God continue to be with you and thank you. Before you go, let me pray for you. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. Have a blessed week. Bye-bye.